Hello, good evening. Welcome in. Sorry to keep you all waiting. I do apologise. I haven't streamed since January, I don't think. So, rushing up on what I'm supposed to be doing still. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all well. So, Davies, hello, welcome in, mate. Simulation Station, I couldn't miss this. Been looking forward to seeing a vid stream on the map from you. I appreciate you, my friend. It's been too long. Time and things like that just don't always line up. I've not got any content for the week, so I thought, you know what? Instead of recording tonight, we'll do the stream that I've wanted to do for about 2 weeks, and yeah, we'll just see if anyone wants to come along and have a look. Now, before we get going, my version of the map isn't the latest version of the map. Some things are different on FS Landscaping's end, and probably will be changed again because it bounced back from its first lot of testing on the one that he's got. But my map is functioning enough for me to play on and to have fun on. I've got about 6 hours on here, all still on day one. I've just been cutting grass and getting my stocks ready and just, you know, messing around, having a little test. Coward, hi, thank you for your reply on Discord early. I try and reply as quick as I can. I do my best. That's always the goal. Best way to you know, encourage a bit of interaction is to interact back. But anyway, yeah, I hope we're good. Hope we're good. I do apologise for the lack of content. It's not a lot I can do about it. It's just that life has been so busy and up and down in different ways that content just hasn't been number one. I can't remember this map. You can't remember it? No, I'm getting a lot of lag, but I think that's because I'm suddenly doing a lot with my PC at the minute. So, yeah, if we get a lot of stuttering, I'll just let you know that that's not how the map performs when you're just playing on it. I've got quite a few things happening in the background today. I'm forcing a stream through. So, hopefully, that's not too bad. Getting through day one is always a challenge. So much to do in a new set. Yeah, I can't lie. I've been running at 0.5, and I've been getting workers out and doing. I've been. I was just having busy creating fields, but I'm wondering if they're not necessarily there. If I go into. Anyway, yeah, we're doing custom fields so I can get workers to do stuff for me. We'll have a little run around the farm and I'll show you what there is, what we've got going on. Yemon Gaming, evening folks, evening. Hope you're well, Yemon. Appreciate you stopping by. So we have, we'll come into the main farm, we'll do a little tour around. I've got no mad rush to get things going. Like I say, people are working, I've got stacks of bales and stuff everywhere. Is the audio alright? Can you hear it fine? By the way, like I said, I haven't done a stream since January, so I don't even know if everything's alright. I just made a thumbnail and just connected everything and booted it. Got to give it a countdown, so we went live before I was ready. So we have everything is rebuilt from the original. I don't think anything has been brought over as just like an updated texture and stuff like that. He's just completely rebuilt the lot. Loud and clear, all good? Yep, cheers, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. So we've got the new house. The new house is in with an interior. Got new garages. The car isn't ours, that's decorative. But we can now get in and out of this garage. And out on the forecourt. It's quite packed at the minute. And then around here we've got a little storage shed that we can get in and out of. Now, I haven't watched Pemberton for a long time. So I don't, like I said, I've said before, I don't know how accurate everything is. But I'm liking how it looks. I'm liking how it looks. Now, I don't even know, does he still have Highlands? Because I've not got Highlands on mine. I was thinking about buying some. But I don't know if he still has Highlands. We'll go round and have a look at the farm bit in a bit. We're just going to show the front. So we've got the shop. The shop's a lot greater detailed. You have people coming in and out all the time. You've got workers in here. I just think it looks cool. It's always the little bits that add so much. But yeah, look, got a little working shop. You can go right through, get to the back of the farm from there. Even got the milk. Got a little storage room here. I've had, for the 6 hours that I've been on, over the last sort of, on this save anyway, last 6 hours on this save, I've been enjoying just being back sort of where you know. There's some comfort in that. What I shall do as well, I'll turn on the Who's Me Fligs. I shall turn on the Who's Me Fligs. I have to try and remember everything is. I'm not playing Farm Sim as much as obviously in previous years, so I still get confused about just finding stuff. It's bad. It's bad. So we've got tip points here for loading in, loading out. I haven't played around with everything. This is more just sort of roleplay space. But we've got the milk storage here for when milking's done. Well, I watch him weekly, and it's crazy how accurate this is to real life. You think he does? Okay, cool. I know that FS Landscaping sort of puts a lot of time and effort into it, and he watches a lot. He you know, watches the videos. He uses Google Earth. He gets photos from around the area to try and make it as close as possible. And as we all know from previous years, like, he tries to update it and stay up to date as best as he can. I see you talking in Norfolk code already, but on FS Who's Me Flicks, you know what Who's Me Flicks are. Evening, Rusty. Hope you're well. So my addition to the farm so far has just been leasing a bale collector. That's it. Oh, I think I brought a spike. That's pretty much it. I haven't changed out anything from the load. I think I put the bale spike on there. The one that I've been using in the realistic series with the strapping mechanism, because that function is really cool. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but I do, because it makes life easier. So we've got the two lovely bunkers. When you load in, you do get one full of silage, so that's why it's sort of packed like that, because that's how it loads in on a new one. Yeah, all good, bloke. Hope things are well further up the coast with you. Yeah, not too bad at the minute, my man, not too bad. We've had some horrific weather today, though. Sleet, rain, hailstorms. It's crazy. And thunder and lightning just a little short while ago. It's been mad. When we load in, we do come in with a stack of bales over here. These are mine that I've started putting away. We've got the large indoor shed, as you can see down the bottom right. That holds, excuse me, 250. Plenty of food there. Manure and slurry storage as well. It does a great job on his maps. I have about 30 hours on a save on Fields of Tyrone. I really like Fields of Tyrone. I'm really enjoying my time on that. Again, I just wish I had more time on it. I really do enjoy them. They're a right little slice of home. But yeah, this is this is a different model from the one that was put out as a placeable mod as well. That one was sort of a quick convert over from, and then this one is newly done. I did see that FS did actually do a live stream. I think, was it yesterday or the day before? I missed it. It was at a time when I couldn't get on. So we've got the new shelter. I'm presuming this is a new shelter because I don't know nothing about this shelter. But that's out here. poured concrete, bit of machinery underneath it. That's what I'm using it for. Trying to think if I've added anything here. I don't think I have. I think that is all as it was. Yeah, the wind and hail was brutal here as well. Caught me outside mid-walk with the dog earlier. I was like, it was throwing marbles at me. Yeah, it was. But Mrs. was out earlier on, and she was like, yeah, it was. She goes, they weren't quite as big, but there was like marbles out there. That's mad. Only so much time in a day. Too bad we can't slow down time like we can in it. Yeah, mate. If we could slow down time a bit, that would be nice. That would be nice. And we have a nice manure pit here. When you come in as well, this comes in filled, hence why it's sort of stacked like that, 'cause that's how it loads in on a new load. The slurry, I've got to remember now if I updated mine or not. The slurry tank. I should be able to tell if I jump in the telehandler and have a little look. Are you mad? If we slow down time, the wife gets more time to show. True. Right. Yeah, that's the updated one. So this is now pulling, I believe, from all the sheds to fill here. Whereas before it was just sort of cosmetic and attached to this shed. And it came in full. But now it's pulling from everywhere, if I remember rightly. And it's filling, or unfilling, loading, from the front here. That's where it's coming from. But there's more being pulled into it. I believe. That's what I've understood from FS Landscape. Like I said, I've only been gone for 6 hours. I'm still on day 1. And I've got no animals in my sheds. So I'm not sure on this version of the map exactly 100% on how it's all working. But it's all good there. This shed, I like this shed. I've always liked this shed here. But this is, I'm guessing, being improved and being changed IRL as well. Because we've got a little drive-in round the back now, which is very different from the last time I played on this map, or from the last time I watched any of Pemberton. But it's got the feeding channel down here now. Back wall's gone. Open in now. I guess it gives easier access. Or you could do your mix, feed up, unload in there, drive straight through, unload in here, and off you go. Done. Less fannying about. As you see, I've got a lot of meadows out there cut. Now, the meadow sizes have been adjusted, and the land sizes have been adjusted from 22's version, in hopes of giving you enough grass each year to produce enough silage, enough hay, that you shouldn't have to buy any in. If you go with an accurate, realistic amount of animals. Now, I did ask FS Landscaping if that was including mowing the pastures, and he said it wasn't. So I should, on my save here, I should have excess because I've mowed my pastures. Got the little carving shed here. That's all static. It's all working to get through and do. And we've got our milk in here. Now, I haven't put any in here, but I've seen FS Landscaping post showing that when he's got cows in, that they're in here as well. So that's cool. If that's a true thing, I haven't checked it. Hopefully, throughout playtime, like at school. Hopefully, throughout playtime, we'll eventually bring our cows in and start doing that with them. Now we have got an abundance of gates here now. Run that by me again, bloke. Do you have to collect the muck and drop it in the grate, which then transfers to the large circular store? No, the large circular store... Wait, now I'm walking into walls. He's set the collection for the slurry, so it should pull from further afield. So the slurry is getting pulled into here from the far sheds, this shed. I think this shed has got its own, but I think it's also pulling from like way over on the other farm as well. So you're pulling all your slurry into there. He's increased the capacity of it, but then you draw it out of here, like where you always used to before. This always used to draw slurry from, in the same sense that draws that's where you load your slurry from. But it automatically pulls from all your sheds into here. I believe that's how it works. That's how I understood it when he sent me the message for the update. The field sizes are actually accurate to real life on this version, right? The FS25 version scaled down a bit, I believe. I could be completely... Yeah, he's scaled them up a little bit, so you should have enough grass. He's changed field sizes and areas. Ah, gotcha. A nice wide catchment. Yeah, that's what I've understood from it. Until I've got cows in there and all set up and doing stuff. I'm not 100%. Since getting this version, all I've done is cut the grass again, because I'd cut the grass and done a load of other bits, and then spent 6 hours recutting my grass. Because he did say, I'm in 2 minds of whether to send it to you, because I know you'll start again. That's alright, starting again is what you're supposed to do. That's fine, I don't mind. It's like, but I know you've cut all the grass, so it don't matter. It doesn't matter. So then we have our little shed, our little cattle shed. And this one holds 80. And as always, feed down and do what you will. Nowhere for little goats or anything. Again, I don't know if he still has goats. I did look to see if there was a little sheep pasture I could like drop in here, but I couldn't find one that would fit in and work with it properly, because I would like to still put sheep in there, or goats. But our manure will spawn there again, I believe. In time, we will test more. Like I say, this isn't the latest version, so there are little things that will have changed. I know there's going to be some different some vehicles included and some different animal pens included that you can place down yourself. They're going to be built into the store and into the construction menu, so you can do that and customize it so that you can turn empty sheds into little pastures in the winter, or little cattle sheds in the winter, and then sort of sell it up, delete it, and get it out. I don't know what I'm talking to the camera for. I've not got the camera on. And then here we got our cows, which I have cut for around the side. So we've got milk collection points from all the sheds. Then around here we've got what I'm guessing are still horse pastures in real life. This is where I always put my my goats and stuff down here in the past. We put horses again. You could build a little fenceless pasture and pop in there. Now I think this is set up for cows here, so I was wondering if he has highlands here instead now. Apologies for any noise you hear in the background. I think my boys have decided they're not going to stay in bed. But they're in here. There we go. Got some Highlands around here. Lovely. Beautiful stuff. But I'll show you the map a little bit better, since you're asking about mappage. So I think what we might have done is, in scaling it back, is just increased more in the middle. We've got less extra stuff around the edge. I think this field is a bit smaller in that way. And but you still got the town down here. We've still got the it's called Home Farmers and up here, the golf course, and then the other golf course up here. We can go out and have a little look in a bit. I just want to see if where I've transferred over, if my custom fields are still there. I've left an engine running. That's naughty of me, innit? Sorry, I got yeah, they're my custom fields. So yeah, I've been putting custom fields down to help ease the workload. Got quite detailed with them as well, as you can see. I spent a lot of time pulling them around and shaping them and doing them. I'll probably end up doing the same. I thought, no, I might leave that. I've done most of what are the grazing pastures. They've now been sawed. Trying to figure out what he was doing before. So we can, we'll do a little tabby McTab tab. You still need to, oh dear, where did you go from? Go with the first one, because you've not finished. I'm sure they'll figure it out when they get there. Alright. Here, there we go. So up at Home Farm, when you start up on a new farmer, you have some home farm equipment up here as well. Wheel loader and some larger tractors. The Massey that I've got down on the farm came from up here as well. So there's a Fender Deutz and a large Massey up here. And then again, you've got the nice big clamps. Milk collection from there. All these doors open, and also they are for cattle. Down the bottom there, if I can get it to pop up again. I'll just go. I don't think there we go. So we've got them, and that'll take 80 in there, and we've got them on the other side as well. Another 80. I think these are much improved on 22's version. These look so much easier to get in and out of, and to negotiate your way through. Like, it was tough work getting around up here on 22. Really tight. This one's another 80. So you got double side, single, and then here this is the shared beef, and it does even come up as, if I can get the little pop-up to come up. Does it say yeah, beef share scheme, and this holds 400 because it's for all the beef cattle that go out on that grazing meadow out there. I have pointed out a little issue that we had with that. I say we, it's not me. A little issue that we had with that shed. So hopefully that'll be fixed by the time it goes out. Now, the only performance issue I've had on the map, like I say, other than when I'm trying to do other things with my PC, and then we start to get stutters, the only time I've had any performance issue is when we approach these clusters of triggers. Now, I mentioned it to FS Landscaping, and I did sort of suggest trying to move some of the bits about, but he said this is taken from the base pasture. He's just took some bits out and then put his own little water trough in there. So I don't know whether it's the water trough that causes the sudden drop in frame rate or not, but that does seem to happen. Now, I want to get close and see how many cows are on here. You might have even fixed it. No, we're stuck. This doesn't happen as far away. As you see, we just get this little spike as we come in. I think it might be that. I think they might cause it. So 636 cows up here. You can hold, wow, 1,200 cows up on that pasture. But that's the only issue I have found on the map so far. Only sort of real thing that I think people might complain about. I've noticed my stream has fallen way behind me as well, so I do apologise. We've got some little clamps here where you can store some stuff down if you want. I guess you pop a bit of grain or something down there. If if something like Maize Plus ever comes along, then that'd be nice to store some stuff down before you make your grists and your mixers and things like that. So we'll jump back to the farm. We'll see if my no, they didn't get going. They are not happy with my instructions, which is fine. Oh, it's because they ain't got enough fuel. That's what their problem is. Oh, I'm just going to dev some in for them. They have been busy. That'll be why it suddenly stopped there. We'll give them some fuel. Yeah, they're good. Alright. Have that. Just get to work. Didn't notice that they run out of fuel. Here you go. As easy as that. So yeah, this whole setup here, this comes from home farm. This isn't part of my farm. I have to cycle all the way through these again. So we can go and have a look at what should we take? What shall we take? We'll take the little Deutz. We'll have a little drive around. Have a little look at the map. Show you the other spaces and places. These are the bales. These are my hay bales that I've gotten just off of, for those that are concerned about grass cutting and that. So from this section, and 50, from all of these. Try to think now. That was already cut. Yeah, I didn't do that. That was already cut. So yeah, so just from the grazing pastures, that's the hay I've got in one cut. Plus we've got grazing pasture out there being cut. I've got bales to be, created there as well. So there is loads of grass about. Yeah, when it came in, that was already cut over there. I think I've left all my tractors with engines running. Oh, I won't go in cab, I'll stay out so you can sort of see the map. Again, the performance is an issue on my end, that's not the map. I'm uploading content to one of my other channels that no one watches. We'll go right. We'll go right. We'll have a little look down here. Yeah, it doesn't normally perform like this. But these are all new buildings, all built for the map. It's a nice house, that. We'll take the track up to home farm. I was right, home farm. So I do listen. I do remember some things. AFK for a bit. No worries, my man. I appreciate you coming by, even if you don't come back. You know that. Wasn't like this was a planned thing, and I didn't expect people to come along. I was surprised that by the time I got in, that people were already here. Let's have a little look at this house. This is quite a fancy house down here, isn't it? Is this... Again, IRL. Is there pigs this way? I think there is, isn't there? They got some pigs down there? I had a lot of fun on this map, on 22. I spoiled my time on here by trying to go full-on roleplay, and I'm just not very good at it. I like this. So we've got a dump there. That's a sell point. So yeah, pigs. Nice. And then this will be the field that I'll buy. This will be my straw field. My straw field. Just going to grow straw. When we get back to us. Yeah. And the map ends just up there. We do have field access here. This is one of ours this time as well. When I did my 22 roleplay, this is where we came for our vehicle auction, our blind auction. Honestly, I thought you did a pretty good job in the role. Mate, I struggle. Like, I feel my soul dying when I'm doing it. I try. And I forget so much stuff. I think if I had a better memory and I actually planned, it would maybe work out a little bit better. I'm not much of a planner. Everything's ad hoc, so I have fun with it. And then the issue then, and this is what I've often spoken about in my content and what I don't understand, or how other people that just do the full-on roleplay stuff, how they succeed so well, is I find too often there's so many things that break or don't work. Certainly don't work as I envision them to work. And yeah, to curb my frustrations is, as we know, not something I'm good at. Well, I am enjoying though my realistic series, where I just plod through it at my pace and yeah, try and do it to the best of my abilities without putting too much on myself. Eventually, I will get back to record an on the map challenge, but I've said before, like sometimes those were 6-hour long recording sessions. And even if I only have like an hour or 2 hours a day, if to get that much done to create the video, it's like nearly a full week, or more than a full week at the minute, of recording for that one episode. So it's just not working out. Whereas if I just do my hour and a half, whatever it is, to get through the jobs enough with the realistic, I'm quite liking that. So we've got the access in here to our pasture that we are currently cutting, and I do have a custom field set up in there, so I can mow that and have a worker do that for me as well. Yes, this has been a great series. I enjoy just popping in on while I'm playing in it. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, trying to stay away from massive jump cuts, trying to stay away from sort of big time lapses, and it's just at the pace in which I get jobs done. And then if there is a jump needed, it's done in between the episodes, so you get to a different month. Nice access there. I think the views here are nice. I think he's got that done really well. I'm trying to think, up here previously was the BGA, wasn't it? So I don't think there is a BGA. I haven't even thought to check. Sorry. I will keep humming that. It's in my head. My missus has been home. When my missus is at home, for our youngest boy, because he likes watching it, she's enforcing it on him. There's this thing on, I don't know where it's, I think it's on Netflix. Something Gabby's Garage or something, I don't know. But the tune that they play through non-stop travels up the stairs and into my ears. So I hum it all the time. I hate that program. So yeah, we've not got a digester. So you have to place one of those yourself if you want to do some digestering. Gabby's Dollhouse, your daughter watched that, yeah. Oh, do I not? Honestly, it really does. It's mad. Oh, come on, mate. Should we watch something different? No? No? Oh, come on. Even the elder lad, he's sort of brainwashed into it. He'll sit and watch it as well. Come on, it's about time we were watching Pokemon or something. Although the eldest one's coming along quite well with school. At home, not so good, but at school he's done really well. So he likes to come home and still continue on school stuff. Being a child of the spectrum, he likes that routine, and his maths and his English is like way ahead, which is good. Which is nice to know that he's doing that and he's enjoying it, because he's in a mixed set at school. So he's only year one, so he's in year one and year two, and he gets the year one work finished. He does the year two lower set work, he gets that finished, and then he starts on the year two upper set work, and sometimes he gets that finished before the year two upper set. So he's crushing it. Just got to work on him social skills. So yeah, we got the full loop round up onto home farm. I want to shut that gate behind me because I'm trying to be good. Because even when I play for myself, I still like to make sure things are being reasonably realistic. Had a few minutes, wanted to stop and show some love. Appreciate you, Fury. Appreciate you, my man. Hope you're well. We'll get a little bit of farming done, but just generally having a little drive around, having a little look around the map. Because I know FS did a little live stream. I don't think he had his chat up, and he obviously doesn't have a mic either. I don't. He doesn't usually anyway. So I thought I'd follow up with something that people can interact with if they want, or they can watch back later and hear a little bit. Well, my worker's finally finished tedding the grass, so we'll switch another worker over there in a second, because the work still needs to be done, because I want to get all that grass cut and all the bales created and cleared out before the grass grows back again in September. Because you can't help it, because it just grows, doesn't it? But it is a right pet peeve of mine that within just a few days it pops up, and I like to try and run 3-day seasons, and sometimes 3 isn't enough to get everything cleared, although you've still got, well, not 3-day seasons, 3-day months, but like for how I play, I don't really need much more than that for the rest of the year. It's just getting them bales off before the grass grows through. The map looks good so far. Glad I could catch some of your talk. I appreciate it, my man. Yeah, he's done a good job. He's done a really good job. So that's the fancy manor hall up that way. We're just going to try and make our way into town. We've got a little bit of village down there. We'll see that on the way back. Excuse my driving. I'm just trying to reach for my cup. But in between farming, these days I've been trying to work through my back catalogue. Some people that are in the Discord will know. I've been trying to work through the back catalogue of games, because I've just got so many games that I've bought over the years that I just don't touch. So I'm also trying to get stuff that I can record and put. So I still want to try and do the other channel, or channels. I still want to try and do that. So I'll do like an hour, try and do stuff for this one, and then an hour doing stuff for the other one. So we'll head into town, have a little drive around town. But sort of with my adventure channel, it didn't mean for that to stop. That was never supposed to just stop. I think things had happened, as many of you know, the last few years things happen, and traffic doesn't see us, and I just lost time, so I just focused on this channel again to try and keep it going. And then I think the longer I was away and having not finished the game I was playing, because I hadn't finished playing it, and I was doing that channel primarily as a way of getting through games and finishing games, I didn't start any new games, and I missed so many big games that I wanted to put on that channel that came out last year. I missed that, and then so I just kept putting off going back to the same old game that I started like 12 months ago. So I have just recently restarted doing that. As you can see, the village end down here is completely different now. This is quite dense as well, but that looks cool. I mean, that is me driving in a car, but that is that is a slice of Britain. That is. Like, you drive not that far up the road and you can see that. Thank you, mate, for all your hard work and putting out vids. It's much appreciated. Loved. Oh, mate, I appreciate you. You know that. The support has been great. And by the way, guys, yeah, if you don't, people here who don't know, go and check out Simulation Station and go and check out Fury Machine Gaming. They play completely different from me, and they can play completely different from each other. Both very good, both worthy, and both have real life experience making their content a little bit better than mine. Somewhat better. But yeah, go check those guys out because they're great. Also, Yamon, if Yamon's still up there, go check out Yamon. Yamon's quite new to the community, joining the Discord and stuff, so yeah, go check out Yamon's content. So we've got I don't think this is the fuel where we get fuel, but we do have the vehicle shop here. I think we still get fuel down on the main road, or we just cheat it in like I did for the empty one. There you got, yeah. Now, I've not tried to get anything big out of here, but I think this is a deliberate so that you don't play with oversized machinery, because, excuse me, vehicles spawn around the back here. And that is your spawn point. But, so I think that might be a deliberate thing. But we got our shop. I like it. It always pops at someone sitting down. Shop is currently closed. Oh yeah, I forget I'm running my my other mods. Shop's shut. He's sitting there. He's just having a little relax. But that's where the shop is and what have you. All good. But yeah, as you can see, like, you're not going to get anything massive out of there. I haven't tried. So if you're on PC and you want to use a massive harvester or something, you might have to go down the store deliveries route. Many thanks. Lurking here while resetting OBS and CapCut. It never ends, does it, mate? Never ends. Yeah, I like the new town. We'll check on the map. No, that is where we get our fuel as well. So that is the gas station. Because before we had a gas station there, but now it's where the leisure centre is. The gas station, petrol stations, UK. Come on, proper lingo. So then we got the Latham restaurant. Golf club restaurant. What's up this end then? Latham Hall, manure sell point. The dairy. And the pigs. Obviously that's us. Just trying to see if I had missed something. Homestead Farm. And that's our farm shop where we can sell things. Obviously that's the dairy there. And then we've got our fuel. And the manure extension that's on the side of that. I was surprised when because I record through OBS, but I stream through slobs because I just find it easier to keep them separate because I set them up different for the different tasks. I was surprised that booting up slobs that everything has gone reasonably smooth, to be fair. I was expecting more issues. I think I've taken a different road. Just taking my big old tractor down these back roads. Oh yeah, animal dealer. I have a butcher's at the local cattle market. That's all set up quite nicely. Obviously you do all your business there. But there's plenty of space around the side and done. Just bash that fence in. So if you wanted to, again, if you wanted to do a little bit of role play and run something out of the cattle market, I guess you could. You've got all these shelters that you can put machinery in or store something in. You could put down some of those placeable storages and put your bales in there and have it all set up. We shall try and find our way. I don't think this is the way. Find our way back. Find our way back home, back to the barn. So something I want to try and do is make time so I can try and I'm not going to say catch up because it's been too much time. I'll try and get back to watching some Pemberton, but I will have to go back to where I last was about 3 years ago. When I was last watching, he was still building the what I call the big new shed. And then I was like a year, maybe 2 years behind on that when I was watching it. I knew I was way behind. Yeah, about 2 years. Oh, are you coming or going, mate? You do your thing. We'll find our way. So, golf course there, 2 sell points down there. Again, all custom houses done. All new for the map. That takes you back into more of the housing down there. Some wild bush in the middle of that one. Have to get our mower on that when we next go round. I didn't cut that field. We'll get in some other tractors and get some work done. So I just want to get the grass sorted. I'd love to be able to say that I'm going to say, oh, we're going to go once a week live streams, but I just know I can't stick to a commitment like that, unfortunately. I wish it were possible. Actually, I want to leave the gates. While I'm coming in and out, I'll leave the gates. Miss some hay there. Hey there! So what tractors does Pemberton have now then? Because I can't imagine he has all the tractors that we have here, because the Deutz starts here. We have the Silver Deutz, which is obviously replicating his Lamborghini. We've got the Merlot. And he has a Manny, doesn't he? So that's sort of like for like. We start with a little Landini as well. That starts on the farm. So you got the, yeah, Green Deutz Landini, Silver Deutz. Oh, and the case. Where's the case? Oh, the case is out doing the work. There we go. The case was what I want. There it is. So yeah, they're the vehicles that we start with. This is my custom field. That took me a long time to put this custom field down. Placing it around, making sure we weren't going to clip trees and do. Because if you just put the custom field down, they don't recognise like an island around a tree or anything, because it's obviously not a field, it's a wild meadow, isn't it? So I had to place that round and do and tweak. In the past, I'd always just place straight lines down and sort of, yeah, that'll do. If I want to try and make that a bit more workable, I've left the engine on every tractor. Whatever have I been doing? But I think custom fields are the best in being able to get workers to work non-workable land. Cannot go wrong. Let's get rid of that. Let's see how well this one does it. I might just set them up with 3 to see how well they go. That might take a little while to think. It might not think. It might fail. It's quite a weird... Oh, that's done it. Okay. I'm not sure if you're set to... Yeah, you're at first waypoint. Okay, that's fine. I've got a feeling that this one will get stuck, though. Just because of the awkwardness of how I've created it. I would have happily have gone with a smaller windrower. But that's the one that started up at Home Farm, so that's the one I used. We're hiring the guys up at Home Farm to come and sort that out for us. And I know this is just a grazer, and we're going to get like big lag now because of that worker up while we're trying to do multiple other things. My poor computer is going to start smoking in a minute. know what will help. We'll close some of this. Give me a little bit more juice. He's back. Rusty's back. Just finished a little drive around. They're going to try and get a little bit of work done for a bit. I say this won't be a massive stream. I just thought I'd hop on and have a little chat in real time. Share it about a bit. Share the love. So while they're off rowing, I'll not try and put all my bales away. Live. Just covered one of my son's beds with a tarp and then put an old bed sheet over the top of it. He turns 80 today and is out on the piss with his mates. It's alright. Has to be done. Has to be done. Excellent. That's as funny as that is. That's quite a caring thing to do. There. Well, it turns 18 today. It's still not dry. Okay. Everyone in their own time. Good age is 18. Still carefree enough normally. Oh. Let's get that going. So all the machinery that we have is the machinery that we started with as well. We've got a front and back mower set and an offset mower. There is a, as you can see, a clamp roller up there. We have, what is that over there? There's a roller, a meadow roller. The animal trailer. There's the little trailer on the Landini or whatever it is. That came with it. And we've obviously got the liquid trailer as well. He's questioned why I was going to do it before he left, and I told him he could puke on his bed without the protection. But he'd be paying for the new mattress. Exactly. It's good. And it works if it's not poop that you're worried about. I thought he was going to drink that much that he was going to pee. I still missed it all. Trying to do that loop around. And again. In the vehicle, near them troughs, you don't tend to get the lag like we did when we walked into one. But it is just there a little bit. Like I say, this isn't the final version. This isn't even the latest version. This afternoon, FS Landscape was still waiting to hear back what the reasons was for the fail. He just knew that it had failed. But he already had a revised version to send with different things changed and done and added. In the same sense that Fields of Tyrone now has the update that went out today, and in that it comes with the John Deere Gator that you can use to move cows about, so you can, so I think more for console use really, and people that don't use certain mods, simulate the moving of the cows a little bit easier. so you could move them all at once rather than just like 6 or 7 at a time. And it also comes with 2 new pastures, one medium to large, one really tiny, and the tiny one you can fit inside a shed and then expand it to fill a shed, so you can turn any shed you have into a cattle shed. And they'll be built into this map when this map finally gets released as well. Need to reinstall OBS and have to close Edge. You use Edge? You madman. What have you done to your OBS? So need to reinstall that. I only update mine every sort of 3 or 4 prompted updates. Unless I've had some sort of issue with it, I don't tend to worry too much about the update. And slobs, I use that in differently, that irregularly. That if it says there's an update, I just say yeah. It's a while off yet, but I'm hoping after this summer I'm going to go back to having a healthy amount of time to do stuff, because our youngest lad will start nursery, and I'm hoping I can then use that sort of 3.5 hours to record more, and then fingers crossed that would then free up a little bit of time to stream in the evenings again. Be it on here or back over on Twitch doing something completely different. Because we don't put the farming on Twitch. Always try to use Twitch to stream my other games, so it sort of keeps it separate. The only game I think that really crossed over from YouTube to Twitch and to YouTube again was SnowRunner. It's been over a week now, I think, since I last recorded that. So maybe that'll be tomorrow's job. Since we've got a farm stream in this evening, I'm not going to pressure myself to record farming tomorrow, and I'll record SnowRunner. See what disastrous things come about. I re-verified all my files as well, Rusty, for SnowRunner, so hopefully whatever the corruption was won't be there. I did, after I re-verified my files, I booted it up and it didn't tell me I had a corruption. Because I think if I uninstall it and reinstall it, because I have my mod issue, because I've always got bloody issues, because I have my mod issue, I think I'll lose access to my mods. And I can't remember how to re-log into the mod thing for SnowRunner. And get a terrible lag when importing videos into editing software. I may be clutching at straws at this again. Terrible lag when importing videos into editing studios. Do you mean when you're trying to edit it, it's lagging? Fingers crossed, but yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be nice to be able to get that extra time. But it's just this. I know how things go. There will be something else. Like at the minute, Mum's constantly ill, constantly in and out of hospital. So you know, there's always a lingering thing there with that. But what resolution are you? Because I don't know how how experienced you are with the editing and whatnot, Yaman. What resolution are you editing in? Because you can drop your resolution right down while you're editing and then pump it back up again for when... So you record in whatever you record in. When you're in your editing suite, you can drop the resolution down because you're having to use all your RAM up. Because it's trying to store and remember it all. It's RAM heavy editing software. And so when you're cutting it up and chopping it up, it takes a while to put everything back where it should, or to bring it all together again. Whereas if you drop your resolution down, and again, I don't know what software you use. I use DaVinci Resolve, but you can, like, yeah, just reduce the image on the input, and then sometimes it helps to render the whole pre-render. It's called pre-render the video and the audio, which takes a couple of minutes, but it'll just skim through it all in, load it all in, and then you don't get so much of that stuttering and lagging while you're trying to edit it. Or you might have your record and bitrate set too high. I used to do it when I used to record in, because I don't bother with 4K anymore. I mean, I have enough bitrate put into my 1440 that I can process it out in 4K and it looks fine, but I don't do 4K because it takes forever to upload. But yeah, if you've got your bitrate up really high on your recording in hopes of getting a nice quality image, then obviously it's got to pre-render all of that information before you can start cutting it, and then when you cut it out and move it along and edit it, it's got to redo that in real time as you're then playing towards your next bit as you're editing. I don't think your issue will be an OBS issue. I don't know, but if you're finding the problem is in the editing software, it'll be either your file size or just general performance within the editor that you should be able to manage within it, in its preferences and its settings. If any of that made any sense at all. My way of explaining things is going right about the houses sometimes. I'll take a look at that. Recording in 1440. Yeah, so in your editor, you should be able to drop that down to like 1080 or even like 720 or whatever it is, 760, and do what you need to do, then bump it back up, and then render it. And just try and make sure that you're clearing like your cache and your temporary files and all that on a regular basis, because that all get bogged up in there as well. I know some days I get in there and I'm trying to do stuff and I'm like, oh, this is taking forever, this is awful, stuttering and doing, but it's usually just me. Plus it depends, again, it depends on your recording length, on how long it takes to do everything and catch up. If you're just doing like a short recording, it pre-renders really quick, and you can even stay on top of it with half decent performance in the editor without having to pre-render it. If you're recording a couple of hours or even an hour, sometimes that uses up a lot of your memory. And it also depends again on what sort of storage drive you're storing your recordings on. SSD is obviously always preferred. Tech tips while we farm. But for a lot of the games that I play for myself, you know, because you do that as a person, you play games for yourself. A lot of the games I play for myself tend to be older games, so a lot of them I still stick them on a spinning hard disk. But that's why I accidentally put my Snow Runner on there, like 5 years ago, and yeah, it never moved onto a faster drive. So my Snow Runner has like such long load screens. Not that you'd ever see them because I cut them all out. Oh, we got some water there. Did you see that? I swear that was water. Or was that just... Yeah, look at that. We got some water. Oh, oh, it's quite deep. I should have gone in that corner. I need to go around and do the corner of one of the other meadows as well, just to tidy it up. Yeah, when you first said I'm getting lag, I thought you were going to say about this, but I wouldn't be surprised if you have got. It says it's got an excellent collection, which I'm surprised about because I'm streaming to this channel, but I'm also uploading to a different channel at the same time in a different browser. Plus downstairs my missus is streaming, and in the bedroom the boys are streaming something. Some bedtime telly. It's not the most approved parenting, but if it gets them to bed and to settle down and gets them to sleep, then I don't mind. Because we could pop them into bed at like 6:30, 7 o'clock with like CBeebies like bedtime stories, or like watching Deadly 60 with Steve Backshall. I love a bit of Deadly 60 with Steve Backshall, and they'll watch that, and like the youngest, he's still only 2, he'll fall asleep within about half an hour, less than that sometimes, out for the count, and then sleep most nights, as long as he's not unwell, will sleep solid for the night. And the young lad, or the eldest boy, is 6, and he'll probably stay awake until about 9 o'clock, until we go in and say, look, have a wee, turn the telly off, and then he'll settle down and fall asleep. Sometimes he's asleep before then himself, we just creep in and turn the telly off. But if not, if they're still downstairs, they don't settle, because they're, you know, they're boys. I don't expect them to just settle and do nothing, but they won't sit in the lounge nicely and calmly watch their program, or read their, or it's like they'll read his book or do something, and like, because their toys are about, even if they're put away, their toys are there. It's the room they play in. So it's just not a relax and go to sleep room, whereas the bedroom is a relax and go to sleep room. They don't generally play in their bedroom and do stuff. That's just where you go to sleep. So that's me justifying the parenting. If the eldest hasn't been on best form, then there is no telly and he has to go to bed and read his books. But he's still upstairs and in bed, and he will fall asleep much quicker than if we had him downstairs and he'd been misbehaving. Just settle down. I think once you remove a lot of that extra stimulus, put something that's quite peace and calm and almost their comfort program, comfort sounds, it all works. I mean, I still do that for me. If I can't sleep and I'm upstairs, I go downstairs, lay with my pillow on the sofa, and I put on a TV show that I know inside out, that I don't have to look at, and I'm not really going to be interested in, that I've got to watch it the whole time, and I'll fall asleep so quick. Me and Star Trek Next Generation, sleeping buddies, have been for years, decades. I've seen it all so many times, I don't need to watch it, but it's just familiar voices, comfort voices. I did try it with the West Wing, because I love me some West Wing, but I get too into it. I love all that political drama, so I have to watch it. I have to proper listen to it, and then I get all excited by it, or I get all emotional by it. I'm not ashamed of saying that I still, at 42, 43 nearly, still sometimes cry when re-watching The West Wing. Nearly cried reading my book the other night. Oh, it was all emotional. It's good to let it out. Moving on, we're starting a new book today. If anyone's interested in my reading, by the way, you'll follow me on Instagram. I do little mini book reviews. But today we're starting The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I read his Fury not that long ago. Thought it was really good, and Silent Patient I think was his first one, so I'm reading that, and then I'm going to read Maidens. But we had I suppose me and my missus aren't married, but I had my sister-in-law's girls over to stay last night, and when the missus took them back, because they're teenagers, or like young teenagers though, so they can't really be at home on their own for long periods of time, and their mum had to do a night shift, which isn't really part of her work, so that's alright, we'll come stay with us. We'll have them for the night, they're no trouble. But yeah, when the missus took them home, sister-in-law had a massive stack of books that she didn't want anymore. Or not that she didn't want anymore, someone had given them to her, and she just doesn't have the time to read. So she knows that I like to have a read, and she knows some of my preferred authors. And 3 of the brand new James Pattersons, because I love me some James Patterson. 3 of his latest books that still, I think they still retail at like 20 quid each. 3 of them were there, and 3 David Baldacci, which I've been collecting Baldacci's up. I haven't started reading them yet, so I hope I like them. But I've got quite a few of them. But I'm trying to wait until I've got the series, and as I'm picking them up, because I get a lot of my books second hand, because I think it's crazy to waste books and throw them away. But because there's so many, like getting them all in order and finding them has been quite hard, because he's got like 7 different series of books with different characters, with different like main characters. But yeah, he sent them to me this morning. Easily about 100 quid's worth of books, if bought brand new. So I said to the missus, let her know that the girls can come stay anytime they want. Send books. haven't heard back from our worker. Let me turn the engine off because I'm going to run out of fuel. I'm going to have to just put some naughty fuel in there. Oh, they're still going. They're going all right. I try not to pay any attention to the swaths popping in because it just makes me too angry. Oh, they turn all right. And out and have a little look at that. I do wish they'd lift when they turn. Like they, that's my only gripe with some of the workers. Sometimes like they're going to pull that row right through. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it'll still be tidier than if I was to have done it. Oh, I was going to naughty some fuel in. There we go. We can do that with just setting up for the play. The realness comes in September. That's why you got to get all your grass work done before September comes round. Because then there's no more tabbing. There's no more F12. it's all real and all me come September. In August you're running at 0.5, getting everything done. It's not too bad because the cows are out and there's plenty of grass. They're going to be out for a long time. In their meadows they're fine. It's just that we've got a shed with some straw in. I'll run out of net. Got a shed with some straw. So we've got to drive properly now. Yeah, a shed with some straw, but no hay. Do a little bit of in cab. Done the in cab. I have to have my fix. There, I've got a pallet just the other side of this awning, I guess you'd call it. It's down the bottom corner here. Oh, got a tractor in the way. Arse. Arse. Yeah. Just pop that through. Lovely job. Lovely, lovely. But hopefully Giants are happy with the changes and the improvements that FS has done, and the map will get released next time round. Because he was worried that the thing that it would get rejected on was the modified gator. But since Fields of Tyrone update got accepted and its update was getting the modified gator, that obviously isn't the reason why. Not the reason why we failed. Excuse me 1 second. By the way, if you've enjoyed the little look round, I know it's not much of a realistic farming or anything like that of a stream, but if you've enjoyed the little look around and you're still hanging around, don't forget to give us a little thumbs up. It does help to push the content out a little bit further post stream to people that might enjoy it. others in the farm sim community that aren't aware of my humble little channel. We'd love to get more eyes. Because more eyes do help to encourage more content. More likely to force myself to stay up late for hundreds and thousands of views than I am for tens of views. Ever since we had the channel issues back in November, I feel like we're still a little bit blacklisted because I don't get anywhere near as much impression rate as I used to get. Not even close. On regular content streams or shorts, because even when we were streaming Fields of Tyrone, not Fields of Tyrone, Lady Hill, back in January, was it January, February? That didn't ever get the post-stream views and impressions that previous live streams had got before the October, November blackout of the channel. So yeah, all the interaction does help. It helps to make us a little bit more visible. We did well. We breached the 5k this year on subscribers, which is nice. Need to keep pushing on. Gotta get them vanity numbers up. Love that map. Yeah, I think it's because they are very real world British, small, tight. I just like them. I do. There's some European maps that I enjoy, and I found over time one or two American maps that I enjoy. The trouble is, for the American maps, I like them to be 4x, 8x, even 16x, because it makes sense of having the large American machinery on them. I think when you've got a 2x2 square, the machinery, the American machinery, always just feels too big, because to have fields worthy of that massive machinery, you've only got a couple of fields on a map. Well, that's just my opinion. Some of the American maps are absolutely gorgeous, absolutely stunning, but then I just often feel like if you use the big machinery that's intended for the area, there's not enough area. Whereas if you get yourself an 8x, or even a crazy 16x, or a 16x map, sorry, although you're not farming in most of it, you don't actually see a lot of it, it just feels better, if that makes sense. Like when you're traveling to do things, you're passing more fields and you're passing more farms on the way to town or to do a delivery and pick things up. I don't necessarily want massive maps so I can farm all the map, whereas I like to farm all the map on the British ones. I own all the land, and yeah, it's just for my preferences. I do like big American maps, but then that often then just once you've got your mods in, and if you're like me and you normally like to crank your render up and everything like that, so that just then brings in performative issues. But we had some really, really nice big American ones on 22. One that's really caught my eye is Delheim. Is that right? Delheim? Small, compact, old school. I'm not sure I'm familiar with it. Because I haven't always checked out all the maps. Like when 22 came out, I was like, oh, I've got to do map reviews, I'm going to do mod reviews, this, that and the other. And then eventually, I just didn't have the time to do it. I didn't really have any intention of doing a lot of mod reviews or map reviews with 25. Just because if you can't do all of them, it sometimes seems a little unfair to not do them. I know everyone does their own thing and everyone has their own reason for doing them. Whereas I have the modders that I'm friendly with, I'm within their communities, they're within my community. They're kind enough to send me, whether it be their placeables, their maps, stuff like that. So I do show that. But I often try and help to do testing and give feedback and suggestions and help where I can from a player and even from a content creator. We put big old quotation marks around that. A content creator point of view, like sometimes when you're playing a map, because not all mod makers necessarily play the game a lot. Like I was always surprised at that. But after like getting really friendly with Lancey Boy, like Lancey Boy hadn't really played Farm Sim for years. He buys a copy of the game, and then he goes and makes his mods, makes his map, and only ever really plays it to test that things work and things are there. So sometimes the things that we look for in the map or in a building, like for the game aspect of it, some they don't always sort of think about. My youngest is abusing my system still with FS25, running at 4K using working neighbour, red tape, realistic livestock. By the time I get it back, my GPU is going to be toast. Yeah, that's my GPU. I mean, I don't run it in 4K, but I could. I don't want them extra issues. But yeah, the working neighbour is a nice touch. In fact, I think I might have even activated that because I just got that bad habit. I don't cherry pick my mods for my saves. I just click select all. So there may be, there isn't, because there isn't work to be done, I don't think. Because I think all the grass is already cut. But yeah, we could see neighbours out and about on here. On Fields of Tyrone, I've got it set to a maximum of 2. I don't think we need loads out there. Again, such a cool little mod, something that adds a little bit of life to the maps, because, you know, I say that a lot, you know, but you might not always know. It adds to the immersion of it, like sometimes it's a very lonely experience playing the game. If you don't play multiplayer, it's a very lonely experience. And they say you're on these maps, sometimes really big ones, and although we got traffic that gets in the way, you never see anyone else farming in all the fields. So I think the working neighbour, great mod. He's found the sweet spot. It's 4 neighbours. He can still get 60 FPS with very little lag. Yeah, you've got a better GPU than me. Probably got a better CPU than me. I have to get one of these new 50 series, or even just wait till the 60 series come out so we can get the AI filter on things. have realistic AI filters. I'm all for it. I know everyone in, but you know what? If you're going to make my old games look better, slap a filter on it. Get some of that almost photorealistic Skyrim or photorealistic Fallout 4, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. Photorealistic Far Cry. Yeah. So we need the channel to blow up. I used to have, now I have nothing. My boys take over ownership of it. Because if I'm buying a new system, the prices the way they are at present. Fair play, yeah, it's expensive, isn't it? I don't think like Nvidia's announcement of the whole AI filter thing on their cards, or being a workable thing within games and with the cards and coming in the future, I don't think it helped them by putting it as, or advertising it with Starfield, which from launch was a bit of a Marmite game. I loved it. I loved it for being the Bethesda game that it is. I knew I was expecting when I came into it. But when you've got such a Marmite game, and a game that still, up until now, is an exclusive for Microsoft. I know it goes on PlayStation like later this month, doesn't it? Or it might already just gone out. But yeah, bit of a Marmite game to try and showcase your workings on. Well, then again, I was going to say what they should have done was should have gone with something like what was it called? Was it I want to say Beyblade? I don't think it was called Beyblade. That might be an old game. But the Japanese one with the the arse and the tits and all the legs, they should have used that one, because that particular section of the market that hate anything that looks like that, the sexualized, if you'd have then photorealistic it as well, they would have flipped their lid. They'd have cried exploitation. That's the game they should have used it to demonstrate it. This really upset people. I was just thinking, like games like The Witcher 3. It will still be The Witcher 3, just with that plushed up look. Damn, but can you imagine the Barbara Castle would have been all over? Exactly. Exactly. It would have been mad. Yeah. Or if they'd have gone, if they'd gone in heavy on that and gone with like The Last of Us 2, where obviously the feminine characters aren't overly feminine looking, and then slap that feminine AI filter on it. Crazy the things people get crazy about. I watched a little bit of Kill Carnage playing Crimson Desert the other day, Because I watched Spiff and Brit do his little bit on it, and the game looked fun. Like I said, I know that you're all against it because of the controls thing, and I completely 100% get that. I was watching that don't look a bad game. I think a few little touches, and I know it's already had a big patch, but a lot of that looks quite fun. It looks massive. It's a game that if I had, I'd never finish. Hey, long time no see. How are you? Hey, Jen. Hope you're well. I'm not doing too bad. I thought we'd just have a little... We've had a little show and a look around on the map, and I'm just getting my bales in. Now, I hope you're well, girl. I did see that you had a little stream yourself as well, which is good to see. Getting back in the saddle, as it were. But yeah, I hope you're all good. You're good? That's good to hear. Yeah, I'd like to have played it, but it's just down my playlist. It's kind of, yeah. It's just weird. And like I say, it's largely with games that are designed predominantly with controller, isn't it? Because even with Co, I don't know if you've watched anyone play, if you've watched Co play it. Like, he started off with a controller, and then he didn't like some of the controller combinations, and then they weren't reconfigurable, so he went to his keyboard, and then he come across controls that he didn't like there and that weren't comfortable, and he was like, oh, that's all right, so I can change it. And then this chap was like, no, mate, you can't change it. It's pretty much hard-rooted. Like, there's very little customization you can do with it. Oh. So yeah, it's a thing. People like to customize and do and be comfortable. Especially if you've got you know, especially with keyboard and mouse. Like, I don't do a lot of action games, keyboard and mouse. Shooters, first-person shooters sometimes, but beyond that, I don't really do that. I jam my controller in because I've always been a long-time console gamer, and I'm just comfortable with a controller for a lot of stuff. But if you've got a way of doing and a way of playing, and I know like some games, for a long time F was a particular function, then became popular. That function started going to R or going to T, and like if you want to be able to customize it so you're happy with like this coming off of that button, and yeah, action button being where you want it. And because when I do play a game, I hate if I'm on keyboard, if I press I and inventory don't come up, I'm so confused. So confused. Oh, Jen, I appreciate that. Welcome back. No, I think you already were. I just think you've renewed. 16 months, though. Absolute legend. What a sweetheart. If you're here and you don't know who Jen is, go check out Chaos Gamer. She does do some live streaming. Be nice to her, she gets nervous. And we treat everyone with respect. Was it Ready or Not you were playing the other day? 16 months, yeah. I appreciate that. Content has been a little bit slow, so like I've said to on the channel members post and in Discord, if people who are in the membership don't feel that it's worth it without a lot of extra content there or a lot of early access content, I completely get it, totally understand. I will be doing all I can to get back to it, but I'm also doing as much as I can to get back to putting content on my other channels, and I'm trying to get that queued up to give me a buffer, since it's been dead for like, well, nearly a year. A couple more months won't matter, so what I have recorded for that channel won't go out for a while anyway. Well, let's see if we can grab another net before we cross the road. Yeah, new DLC for Ready or Not. I've never played it. I don't do a lot of multiplayer, do I? I'm a miserable git that sits on his own. Thing is, sometimes with multiplayer, when I used to play multiplayer, I used to get a little bit loud and a little bit excitable, and a little bit shouty. Because I'm a frustrated old man, and my boys sleep just the other side of the wall next to me, so I have to try not to be loud as it is. Yeah, I'd get way too engrossed in something like Ready or Not, and I used to play way back when. I used to play a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. That's like the only multiplayer first-person shooter I've enjoyed, like proper enjoyed. Used to enjoy playing Rainbow Six Siege since since the early Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. And I was on like Xbox 360 days. Warfighter and Warfighter 2, I preferred them over Call of Duty every day of the week. And I used to be good at them as well, because they were quite small maps and quite closed in. And that's what I found I liked about Rainbow Six Siege. But other than a bit of farm sim with the guys and girls in the community here, the last time I really did like what I consider serious multiplayer was on Ark. Like being in a proper tribe, being on like all day, every day. And that only came about because that was when I wouldn't say it wasn't the first time my back went out. It was the first time my back went out like proper seriously. And serious to the point that I was in hospital for quite a while. And yeah, ended up I was out of work for like 9 months in total. And yeah, Ark became life. And yeah, I'd get so frustrated with people. I'd get so frustrated. It would piss me off. Mine's the opposite. I've lost count the number of times I've gone out of bed in the early hours with a raven arm to threaten my boys. They don't quiet down while playing with them, mate. Oh yeah, exactly. Well, I think Megan would sleep for it, but I think the boys would wake up. Shall we? We'll give the... Got to turn the engine off. We'll give the baling a break. I didn't. Yeah, we'll give the baling a break, and I'll just go collect up for a little bit. Now it's off. Lights are on, but that's alright. The battery don't die. Hey, Rod the Mod! Are you alright, buddy? Hello, hello, hello! How are we all? Oh, just got run over. I am well. I am well. Hope you're well, buddy. Appreciate you coming by. Did I see that you were streaming? Are you streaming your game a few days ago? Was it a few days ago? If you don't already, go check out Rod the Mod. His link is down there. Jenny didn't get one because she's not coming on her channel. But yeah, go check out Rod. A valued member of the Farm Sim community, but also has started to make his own game. It's a puzzle game. A chilled puzzle game called Stacking Cubes. A physics-based one. Very interesting. Available on his itch as well. You can find all the details on his Discord. You can get there through mine and message him there because like links and stuff. I'm alright, life takes over. Hell, I didn't. Looks like FS Landscaping has knocked this map out apart. He, yeah, he's done a good job. He's done a cracking job with it. Completely overhauled it. It would have been so easy to just import the old one, update it, and put it out. But he's gone from scratch. He's resized the fields, resized the meadows. He's took out a lot of the stuff that he'd added in, sort of for gameplay. So as we had a little look around earlier on, there's no BJ up at the top right hand corner anymore, and stuff like that. So it's even closer to the real area than it was before. But it is really nice. Hopefully his next submission will pass and it'll get released soon. But it's yeah. In a way, I'm pleased that I couldn't get on and stream it like a week, 2 weeks ago when I initially wanted to, because the map's not obviously, or then wasn't nowhere near ready to go out and do. So, and I don't do these streams to go, haha, look what I've got, because there's no point in that. It's just that there's a lot of pictures about it. There's a lot of chat in his Discord about it. So I thought, you know what, we'll have a little stream. People can have a little look while I do my bit of bale work. Plus, I haven't gone live for so long that it's nice to just have a little live chat with people as they pop in, pop out. As most of you know, I'm pretty casual. I don't expect people to stay the full time. Come in, say hi, catch up, do your thing. Everyone's got a life to live and a busy day and stuff. But this save itself is only, what did I say, we were like 6, 7, so about 8 hours old. We're still on day 1 August, because I'm just trying to get all my early grass work done, so then I can play, and when we stream it, we'll play it a bit more realistically. Yeah, it's been a while since you streamed. Catch you back again. Yeah, it was, I'm sure it was January, early February. It's been a long time. Oh no, because I was doing the... No, that was before. Was that before? I can't remember now. That's no, yeah, it's longer than I think, isn't it? It is longer than I think. Last January? Has it been a year? Is it last January? So no. Yeah, I think it was. I think it was last January, February, maybe last March. Because I was doing some roadcraft, because that was roadcraft was the last thing I did. But I haven't, because it was saved in the slobs. But yeah, we haven't done a farm sim for a long time. I've had some good news last week. Way after 2 years of fighting, declining appeals, etc., my boy's finally been accepted into an LRC. That is good news. Hopefully that will help him. Yeah, Roadcraft when it first came out, yeah. That was last year. Time goes so quick. It goes too quick when you're not playing your games. So the only thing that didn't come with the farm that I've got myself is this bale collector. Just because I knew I was going to have so many bales. I was hoping that I would have had time to have put these away in the shed before doing the stream, but was not the case. Oh, gonna fudge that up. Never mind. They tried to say to be fine in mainstream, but we didn't. But we don't. And was a tough battle against the council. Yeah, it's always hard. I know. Like our boy gets on all right in school, but he's not very interactive with the other kids. But he just sort of gets on and does his stuff. So in excuse me, in that sense, he does all right. But I think, I don't know, in future it does worry me. Whereas my sister's boys, like they just couldn't do mainstream school. It just didn't work for them at all. Why can't I fold this up? Why am I so dumb sometimes? Why won't I go? Are they still on there? Is that the problem? There we go. Messed them up. That's because when I was putting the other ones down, I drove in the other way so that the bloody collector didn't hit everything. But yeah, and my sister has fought for the better part of 8 years for her eldest son. Since all through primary school, and it was always ignored. In high school, for like the first 6 months, they ignored, didn't have any of it, and he just, in the end, point blank refused to go, wouldn't go, didn't go, and she had to go to court so many times because he weren't in school, this, that, and the other. But no one would help her to find him a place anywhere until last year, and then he's been going to this place. He has to travel quite a way to get there because there weren't nowhere local. It's like they try and find the place that's furthest away to try and deter you from doing it. And he's been there since last year, and like he's come on leaps and bounds. Like academically, he's always been fine. He's quite smart. If he likes it and he is interested by it, then he does really well. He likes computers, computer science, stuff like that. He's been homeschooling for a good few years now, and like everything he does is computer based and teaching himself stuff as well now. And like in 6 or 7 months, he's now started to get to the point where he can fill out like college applications and stuff. And that's only because he's gone to the right place where they're willing to listen and willing to help and do. I just think he's, in everything else, he's been abandoned and so far behind. Like, if he'd got that help early on in high school, like, where could he have been now? I just find that so frustrating. And then when we've got our own boy that's, struggling with stuff, and I push so hard to get things that I want, and I fight and argue so hard, and I don't care who I piss off when I do it. Like, even like he's 6, and we go to the parents' evening, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's done so well at academic. He's done this, done this, done that." And I'm like, I know that, but I need to know about the other stuff, the behavioural stuff. I want to know socially how he's getting on, what he's doing. Just like, because I watch him. I leave him off at the gate, and there's a little hill, and I go stand up on the hill, and I watch him, and he is so alone in that bloody playground in the morning, and it breaks your heart. Especially when I was at school, I was so sociable. I had so many friends, primary school, middle school, high school, and he just goes in that gate, and he just doesn't know what to do with himself, and he goes out of his way to walk away from all the other children until he gets to the class, and then she said, "Oh, but he's all right once you get in the classroom." He is, but in between classes, he's not all right. That sounds amazing, mate. Everyone deserves a chance and the correct help. I never had it, hence why I fought so hard for my... Exactly. Well, my missus is on the spectrum, and she has other issues as well. Like, I don't think anyone ever tried to fight for her or to get her help until like she met me, and I was just like, why has no one ever done this? Like, it just does not make sense. And then, like, career-wise, just through just a little bit of support, again, worlds different from where she used to be. Yeah, when I was at school, my parents didn't care whether I was doing good or bad or struggling or not. It was the 80s and the 90s, no one gave a shit. But, like you say, people didn't fight for you, so you fight even harder. I used to bring small-scale lorries and tractors to school, play with them rather than people. Not a lot has changed since, still addicted to tractors and farming. Yeah. Like I was saying earlier on, like they're in a mixed class. He's year 1 and he's in with year 1s and 2s, and he's already ahead of most of the year 2 children in his class academically. But socially, he probably struggles more than most of like nursery and primary, or nursery and reception class kids. And he doesn't, like, he's got 1 or 2 boys that he sort of talks to and gets on with, and he's even gone over and played at their house before, which was a big thing for him. Massive thing. I didn't think that was going to go well, but he says he enjoyed it. But then he did, you know that he's doing a lot of masking when he's there, and he's hiding a lot of stuff, and he's just like people pleasing. He's just doing what he knows he's supposed to do rather than being himself, which is exhausting for him. That's like, I was talking to the teacher, I was just sort of saying, like, he knows what the routine is, and once he gets in that classroom, he knows what the routine is. He knows what's expected of him. He knows what he has to do and where to go. I said, but when he gets in that gate, that no man's land between leaving me and getting to her, he doesn't know what he's supposed to do in that space. No one's sort of told him and guided him and shown him, so he's just so far away. Like, there was one day the other week, and they've got this long path down into from the gate to the school, and like teachers sort of stand periodically down it, scattered, and he's just standing at a lamppost between teachers as all the other children go past. And I think I stood there for ages. I must have watched him for like nearly 8-9 minutes, just standing hanging on a lamppost, because no one had paid any attention to him, and he'd got lost in that moment, just standing there. And I thought, they're going to forget to take him into class. Someone's going to forget to collect him. He's going to be standing there. Boys never grow up out of toys. They just get... This is a fact, mate. Sometimes I forget that I'm not 16. I'm going to head off as... got to send my kids to bed. Well, everyone, good to see you back again, Mr. Lovely to have you in, Jen. I'm glad you're well. Hope all the family are well. You have a good evening. Right, bloke, gotta go. Gotta get the drunken bums from the pub. Last as long as expected. I'm taking the wife's car though, not mine. Catch you later. Oh no, good luck though with that one, mate. I hope the boy had a good night out. Appreciate you coming by, my man. To be fair, I've been on longer than I thought I would, but I was then chatting some real world stuff, so I sort of keep it going. But I think up past 9 is probably a good time for me to bow out. It's 2 hours. All I'm doing is collecting bales. We're not seeing much of the map at the minute. If you've joined in late, this will be up to watch again back later on. We did a little map tour. We show all the barns. We show home farm. We went into town, store, animal dealership. Feel free to go back and catch that and check that out. Once I've got a bit more time, I will try and get on and do another stream, but we'll do it more playing the game rather than just showing it and me just driving around chatting. We'll try and have a little purpose and a reason to what we're doing. I will try and have all my bales done and everything put away, so it's not 2 hours of me smashing bales into a shed. But with that, I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for dropping by. A massive thank you to FS Landscaping for allowing me access to the map. Hopefully, like I say, the next round of testing, hopefully it'll pass. I don't know what they found wrong with it, because other than the laggy spots, which I'm not sure he could do much about, other than take stuff out, I'm not quite sure what else there is to fix or that's wrong with it. But it's been great having you all in. I appreciate the chat. And I shall see you all again very soon. Hopefully. Bye-bye.